Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take a look here at Dogecoin, see what's going on. We are still in a descending trend. Not much has changed since last time. In fact, we lost our support level here at roughly 17 cents, and we had a bearish backtest. So further downside should be expected just based on the overall market, war efforts in the world, and just nonsensical trading, if you will. That's the best way to describe it. Even though it's sensible that greed is a very real thing and everything's selling off right now, it's just it's kind of ridiculous with the gravity of how much is happening with that. All that said, though, taking a look here at back-end liquidation, we're kind of in the middle of a range. Once more, 17 to 17.5 and 16.5 to basically 16 even. Those are the two ranges that we're in there. In other words, if we get closer to that lower 16-cent range, there's a solid chance we'll see a brief relief rally or recovery from there. But between now and then, we want to presume the price goes lower, especially since there's a big chunk of liquidation at 16.4. When we look at liquidation delta, though, still bearish, right? This basically implies we have more bears in the market than bulls. And if we look at the overall sentiment here for the last month, we can see that open interest is heavy at 18.7 and locally here at 17.1. There's not much else to really note outside of that. So those like the two heavy concentrations, those basically reinforce resistance for us, okay? So all that being said, daily time frame, where are we at? Let's quickly note here, we're still below all moving averages. There's nothing super substantial going on. We do have a macro point of control, of course, just to kind of be mindful of. That's always that 17.3 cent mark. So we can presume the range we're in right now will hold, but we don't want to be completely naive and just take a bunch of longs right now. Okay. If you do take a long, obviously make sure you monitor it closely. It's not a good market for that. I'm expecting Bitcoin to hit its liquidation range down as low as 103K. If that happens, we'll probably see low 16 cent range for Dogecoin. Overall, RSIs, everything on the daily time frame is not good. Don't let anybody tell you there's hidden bullish divergences. People seem to get stuck on that term. There's nothing here telling us that's going to happen. Okay, so it's foolhardy to presume that bullish patterns are kind of telling us the price is going to recover. While we do have a lot of falling wedge type of patterns right now in the market, they're breaking down and they're losing their support. It's just not a good condition to take a long. The whole point we mention this is just to be careful and cautious. While we do have a lot of support in the current range, there's a solid chance if Bitcoin goes sideways and up, Dogecoin will too. But between now and then, we got to presume it's going to continue lower. It's selling harder than Bitcoin is, and there's nothing here even on the 4-hour time frame telling us we're going to see recovery. So, simple way to understand it is I would say a consideration in the 16 to 16.4 cent range may be worthwhile considering for a short-term relief rally. Because once that liquidation range has been swept, we are generally due to see a correction to follow. Okay, just something to be mindful of. Between now and then, just be patient. Today's a holiday, Juneteenth. It's just not really awesome trading conditions. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one, though. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.